This news update is brought to you by
Rock the remote with hours of free karaoke on video on demand from Flow. So bring it like Bay. There's even wonderful kids sing-alongs too. Available anytime. Simply press the VOD button on your Flow remote. This is how we do TV. This is how we flow.
It's Thursday, February the 18th, 2016, and this is your Barbados Today morning news update. I'm Emmanuel Joseph. Thanks for joining us. In our big story, Minister of Labour Dr Esther Byer-Suckoo has broken her silence on the raging same-sex marriage debate. In a passionate discourse yesterday afternoon in the Senate, she dismissed suggestions that referring to the Domestic Violence Protection Order Amendment Act and the Sexual Offence Amendment Bill as being gender neutral was a way of opening the door for same-sex marriage in Barbados. Furthermore, a tough-talking Byer-Suckoo made it clear that government will in no way bend to pressure from any international organization or governments that wanted to lend support but required Barbados to change its laws in relation to same-sex unions. And acknowledging that her statements may bring even more pressure to bear from the same external and international community that she has been speaking of, Byer-Suckoo said she had been sitting silently for too long and waiting to exhale, and she thought it necessary to share her opinion now. Now, the Minister of Labour said while she harbored no ill feeling to persons of that ilk, as long as she was a policymaker, she knew where she would stand. A medical science lecturer at the Cayfield campus of the University of the West Indies has warned that Barbadians are being placed at risk of financial hardship because, as she says, a completely unacceptable 40% of them dig deeper into their own pockets to pay for health care. Addressing a town hall meeting on financing health care at the Alexandra Secondary School in St. Peter Tuesday night, Dr. Natasha Sobers-Granum identified this as one of many inequities and imbalances that have led to deterioration in the quality of the delivery of health care here in Barbados, and called for restructuring of the system.
People should not experience financial hardship in accessing health care. We must look at changing the system. So I know that many of us tend to think our system is good, so let's just tweak it or let's not change it too much. But the reality is that these inequities are coming up. These imbalances are coming up. There's this decreasing in quality that's still good, yes, but it's not. We can do better, right? We can do 100% better. This is Barbados, right? We pride ourselves in being able to do better.
Meanwhile, one of the country's leading pharmacists has cautioned that the introduction of mandatory fees for healthcare services could have tragic consequences. Former president of the Barbados Pharmaceutical Society, Bandel Serrano, said many Barbadians simply cannot afford to pay for health care. Serrano said the country had no choice but to make health care easily accessible. Otherwise, too many people would be prevented from accessing the service if mandatory fees were introduced.
While most Barbadians do agree that some measure of payment should be made, on the other note, we also understand that enforcing this user fee may limit access to care. There's some people who have to make that decision: do I pay $5 or whatever makes sense, or do I stay home and feed my children? I don't think that is what this country is based on, built on. I don't think this is the way the country will go with. This is only my opinion.
Barbados has been ranked 4th among CARICOM states for its favorable child rights record. In the first ever global study on children's access to justice, which was done by the Child Rights International Network, or CRIN, based in London, England, Barbados is at 99th from among the 179 countries in the world, but 4th in the Caribbean behind Jamaica at number 1, Grenada at number 2, and Trinidad and Tobago at 3. The rankings are based on how effectively children can use the law to challenge violations of their rights. St. Kitts and Nevis is at the bottom within the region, and Belgium is at the top in the world. In sports now, St. Albans Primary sit on the throne in the Andrea Blackett zone of the National Primary Schools Athletic Championships, or NAPSAC, which was held yesterday at the Usain Bolt Sports Complex. Good Shepherd Primary also retained their girls' title. St. Albans crossed the finish line with 200.50 points ahead of last year's champions, St. Cyprian's boys, who were unable to do the double and had to settle for second with 193 points. They were followed by St. Silas in third place with 89.50 points. Good Shepherd Primary's 87 points earned them fourth position, while St. Lawrence 80 points landed them in fifth spot.
There's regional and international news after this short break.
Secure your future, be financially strong. Since 1983, we have been there for you. A smart range of products, great tax benefits. We're the solution to your hopes and your dreams. The Barbados Workers Union Cooperative Credit Union. The Barbados Workers Union Cooperative Credit Union. Humble beginnings to smart loans, smart savings. Save smart and borrow smarter, that's the move for me. Stability, prosperity, we're the solution to your hopes and your dreams. The Barbados Workers Union Cooperative Credit Union. The Barbados Workers Union Cooperative Credit Union.
Well, it may be the month of love, but it is also the month of AgriFest. It is here, AgriFest 2016 at Queen's Park on February 26th through 28th, highlighting the theme, Grow, Sell, Eat, We Beat. A humongous amount of attractions and activities for everybody. So don't Dixie doodle your physiog. I, Brother Daddy, will be there, along with my sheep, Dolly, Dootsy, and Dan. So come, let me celebrate the very best of agriculture in the Caribbean.
Turning now to news from the region, Trinidad and Tobago has confirmed its first case of Zika, the mosquito-borne disease that is causing global alarm. Health Minister Terence Dale Singh announced yesterday afternoon that a 61-year-old female who recently traveled to New Zealand contracted the disease. Dale Singh said the woman first exhibited symptoms on February the 10th, and on February the 12th, a sample was taken and sent for testing by CARPHA, that's the Caribbean Public Health Agency. In more regional news, Guyana has launched a nationwide program to help address an alarming rate of suicides, which has put the country at #1 in the world. The Nirvana Humanitarian Society is behind the National Suicide Awareness and Prevention Initiative. Royden James reports.
Guyana has been long gripped with the frightening scourge of suicide, forcing lawmakers and other social institutions to seek out solutions jointly and collectively. On Sunday, the Public Health Ministry teamed up with several non-governmental organizations, mainly the Nirvana Humanitarian Society, for a walk to bring the issue more sharply into focus. The walk was the launching of the National Suicide Awareness and Prevention Initiative.
Over the years, we have experienced alarmingly high figures in suicide and suicide attempt cases, taking our beautiful nation to the top of the list of countries with the highest suicide rates. This has not only affected persons directly connected to a situation, but to the country at large.
Depression is believed to be one of the main causes of suicide, researchers believe, and depression is a major social problem in Guyana, Dr. Norton added.
On the international scene, President Barack Obama has a message for Donald Trump. Being president is tougher than being on a reality show, and the American people are too sensible to elect him. Obama was speaking at a news conference after meeting with Southeast Asian leaders.
I'll leave it to you to speculate on how this whole race is going to go. I continue to believe Mr. Trump will not be president. And the reason is because I have a lot of faith in the American people. And I think they recognize that being president is a serious job. It's not hosting a talk show or a reality show. It's not promotion. It's not marketing. It's hard. And a lot of people count on us getting it right. And it's not a matter of pandering and doing whatever will get you in the news on a given day. And sometimes it requires you making hard decisions even when people don't like it. And doing things that are unpopular.
That's news and sports. However, you can join us again this afternoon for more. Until then, remember to log on to www.barbadostoday.bb, subscribe to our e-paper, email updates, or like us on Facebook. You can also catch us on Izumi Media in bus terminals or screenplay at supermarkets and gas stations near you. Also tune into Channel 101 on Flow TV and to Mix 96.9 FM to get all the latest news and sports. I'm Emmanuel Joseph. Have a fantastic day.